Hello, welcome to Your View. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
We have YK in the building. Looking nice and bright, YK.
I am. So are you?
Yeah.
So you stop my like Jacob and his coat of many colors.
Joseph. Cyril in the building. Hi, Cyril.
Yes, good morning.
How is everything?
Great, fine.
How is life?
Beautiful.
How is that, babe? The one that we're touchlighting.
I'm seeing in division yet.
Ha. You haven't seen her in division.
He has seen her in the vision, but he has not brought it to reality.
Division has not become a reality.
Yeah.
Don't mind him. Yeah. How old are you now? You're not 40.
That's too far from.
That's still far from.
I'm
just
won't be
joking.
the one pressuring him. It's his mom that won't.
I always feel so old at this table.
Okay.
Everybody is under 35.
Yes.
I'm like,
We're not we're not all under 35, YK.
We're fairly spread.
We are fairly spread, yes. But YK, you're the only one between the 40 and above. We are so far from you.
Alagde was here before.
Yes,
Alagde
it
was,
was the big girl. She was the bridge.
And then Taiwo, when she was here,
Yes.
they left me. They left a
How you doing,
person.
How you doing, Nima?
It's fine.
How's your daughter?
Daughter is fine. This Lagos road is like our ports has now become our disadvantage because we have to import so much. The roads, the containers are destroying our roads, killing people and all that. Yes, between yesterday and today, I've seen so many containers fall that I've seen in a long time.
It's actually in the papers, so it was in that Ilasamaja.
The road was the road there is really, really bad. There's this is a government issue.
That's a death
The
trap.
road is really, really bad. A trailer cannot drive straight on that road
Without falling over.
It would fall over. So it's a no-brainer. Just fix the road and you have less trailers falling within that area.
And she said sorry.
Okay.
She called 767.
YK, let's not go there. How you doing?
Very good. I went for a training yesterday on sales and marketing. Fantastic. This year has been training year for me, and the expansion in my mind has been awesome. I feel so good. Just 1 day training and I'm like, talk about that. What are you going to do next year? Write your plan, everything. I'm happy. I think people should do more training. You need to read, training, improve yourself on a daily basis.
How did you do training? You're not in the office yesterday?
Yeah, I went for the training, came back. It was a brief training, but it was targeted at sales and marketing.
Really?
Yeah.
Umakoba Erai.
No.
Okay, all right. Let's
Take
take
an improvement for the office.
Let's take a quick. When we come back, we'll have that discussion on this leave matter. But we'll come back and take the front page of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to start with the punch. PDP kicks as APC plans primary to replace Audu. INEC fixes Kogi supplementary poll for December 5th. Wada sacks local government chairman for defecting to APC. Picture here of Putin and the Turkey. You see what happened yesterday? Tension as Turkey downs Russian fighter jet. I don't think Putin is the person to be stepping on toes.
I'm telling you.
Because the guys brought
I don't know.
I'm sure HID is in heaven, says Adeboye. 3 policemen arrested for collecting dead officers' money. Hijab ban in camp for security reasons, says NYSC. Ex-government officials returning stolen funds, says Buhari. Mixed reactions as CBN cuts interest rates to 11% and CRR slashed from 25% to 20%. And 1 trillion naira fine. Buhari will decide MTN's fate, says minister. All right, let's talk about this. Putin is the only picture here, so we'll talk about it. And we'll talk about the police.
The police and the hijab issue. Now, in the Lagos Police Command, there are 3 officers and a female sergeant among them who are in charge of the insurance of the dead.
Female.
No, when they fall our hand, we need to stress it. 1 female among the 2 of them, and they were in charge of the insurance of dead policemen, and they created fictitious names, and then they added the dead policemen and took their monies. Now, a dead policeman, according to reports, is entitled to 500,000. So what they have embezzled so far is running into millions. Now, family members of dead policemen who could not access their gratuity started writing petitions to the police command, and they decided the investigation and found out that these guys have diverted a lot of funds to their personal accounts and all that.
It's just crazy. That's stealing people's
People's sweat,
people's
people's money.
Yeah, no, but
And then we scream corruption.
Yes.
Scream corruption.
Sorry,
if you look at the sheer bureaucratic bottlenecks that usually attend to this sort of things, you want to verify gratuity claims and all those things. But I think it is bravo to the spirit of Nigerians who would have persisted and insisted that look, we must follow through this to the end. Many times we cry and say our rights have been infringed upon, but we do very little or nothing.
Yes.
But the fact that they were able to pursue this thing
to petition.
to this logical, point, does tell me that,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Okay, let's move on very quickly. Let's not talk about the hijab issues. It's quite sensitive. This is NYSC Bunny
No,
Boom.
the NYSC
Let's talk
should
about
not
it.
do better than what they're saying.
Moving on very quickly to Vanguard. PDP kicks as INEC asked APC to replace Audu. Picture here of the trailer that you were talking about earlier. Goodness, fell on a bus, I believe, a red bus. None was injured, and all the passengers, I think, escaped. CBN to withdraw bailout funds of states politicking with the money. Treasury looters now returning stolen funds, says Buhari. New CBN policy releases 701.4 billion naira into economy. Interesting. Okay, so
Can we talk about the trailer?
yeah, let's talk about trailer.
Yesterday, after a good lunch time out with YK at the shrine, myself and Jumoke, and I was going home, I saw the first container fall at exactly that Sadiq Ulasa just in front, and I was like, thank God, no car was underneath. Only to get behind it, close to it, I found one that's falling on this car. And I called 767 and they said they would respond immediately.
Okay. All right, let's talk about this CBN releases 771. I mean, pretty much they reduced the interest rate from, I think, 13 to 11 and the other CRR from 25% to... Do you understand what it means?
Cash reduction, what do you mean?
I think ratio. The good thing is that we hope, because usually when you go to ask for a loan, that interest rate is killing. There's no power, there are bad loans. How much are you taking from them? And how much are they expecting you to give back? So in the end, you're more like working for the CBN. It's the normal thing. But
and also,
I would have wished that really the interest rate would come down to a single digit. I think we're getting there. But kudos to, I think, the CBN governor. So far, I think he has, because, I mean, between when Buhari came in and now that we have had the Minister of the Economy, who is still trying to settle in, the CBN has been active, talking about no devaluation, talking about this and that.
Also, in this article also, I also read the fact that this amount of money, because after the reduction, there'll be a lot of money now in the system, in the banking system. So for those of you, especially the CBN governor specifically asked that those of us citizens that are interested in other diversifying the economy, maybe agriculture, going into other solid minerals, those kind of other areas, that the banks now can give you the loans, because now they're a bit liquid with this move. They have more money to give loans. So if you have great ideas, this is time for you to actually go to the banks and ask for loans.
As much as you appreciate the drop in interest rates, as a business person, how much is my expected income? If I want to mark up, should I mark up 25%? That's a very good markup.
That's not for the CBN to decide now.
No, if I mark up 25% and I'm paying 11% of that to the bank as interest rates, in hope that the customer that consumes my goods pay in time, there's a lot that is happening that we need to use to encourage SMEs with policies that would encourage, not just giving me loans.
All right, Daily Sun. Confusion over Kogi Guba poll. Ocholi Echocho Ugbaje in race to replace Audu. INEC asks APC to nominate new candidate. Fixes December 5th for supplementary election. Party gives condition for participation. Settles for fresh primaries. And PDP kicks. Picture here of Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amusan presenting his 2016 budget. Anti-corruption war. My hands are tied, said Buhari. CBN slashes lending rates, cash reserve ratio. Ikene Agog for HID's Awolowo burial today. Biafra, traders angry with IPOB and Masob. There are lots of stories we need to pick up here.
I don't want us to lose. My hands are tied story that President Buhari was saying while addressing the Nigerian community in Iran. He said that, just saying basically that this is because of democracy, this method to prosecute
due process.
The process will be different because you have to go through due process. Everything was unlike when it was a military head of state and things are going to.
Well, just arrested them easily.
Yes, now
detain them once you're a suspect. You're detained. But now there's a process. Yeah.
But I don't think that respecting the rule of law and the fundamental human rights
being tied.
Of people amounts to your hands being tied. He himself, I think, okayed the retirement or really the sack of a judge in Port Harcourt some weeks ago, and then Jonathan also did the same thing. Usually, the National Judicial Commission will make the recommendation, the president will now okay it, and then the judge goes. But for the judiciary to be corrupt, it takes two to tango. The lawyers and the judges will be colluding. But you ask yourself, but you ask yourself a simple question: who creates the playing field for them to do that?
Who does?
Yes, because no. I'm coming because like they say when two elephants are fighting, the grass suffers. Have we identified the legal or legislative loopholes in the judicial system? And what are we doing as a government to bring reforms to those laws?
Okay.
Before the
but no, they were trying to create special courts for this, for the corruption.
So has the president deemed it fit to send a bill to the National Assembly to say this is my vision for the judiciary, therefore do something in line with this?
The constitution,
so until he's willing.
The constitution is existing, Cyril.
No.
The National Assembly too can do a lot
with its many flaws.
But because they benefit from this, flaws already that you're highlighting, they would not do this. So you can't totally just put at the door of the president. Which is stating the obvious. The judiciary, the Senate, and all that. Those people are also clogging the wheel of this
the National
prosecution
Assembly,
process.
as it is today, they are just there to share money and look for their own interest. But you see, that's why we have the sheer fortune or favor of having Mr. Buhari as president. And it would be nice for him to say, look, this is what we have on the ground. The judiciary is
make laws to
yes, but it would be nice for him to say, look, this is what we have on the ground. The judiciary is
make laws to
yes, but this is our vision for what we want to do.
Let's not go too further because we're running out of time. Let's
because I wanted to talk about the fundamental human rights that they are flouting right now.
All right, the nation, moving very quickly. Kogi, APC to replace Audu, we talked about that already. Looters returning cash, says president. CBN cuts CRR to 25% in bid for more jobs. 5.2 billion naira fine, Buhari to determine MTS fate. Okay, this Kogi election, let's rush it because we're running out of time.
Kogi election is in 10 days' time. So the idea is that because of the provision in the Electoral Act, the APC has to do a primary. Whoever candidate they bring out has to go through primary. No.
INEC has given them the opportunity, the report, to present a candidate for elections within 5 days.
Gone through primary.
And APC is saying that they will have a primary done.
As an internal...
Now, is it possible within the number of days they have to present a candidate to have a primary done?
They could have easily asked
in 10 days.
they could have easily done that. That's what I'm saying. They don't have to.
PDP
but they're saying they choose
against it. PDP is kicking against it and saying
they don't understand which push law they're reading.
They don't need to have a primary, and I think they are pushing for Faleke to be
step in.
You know their business.
You see, but when
they are saying it's unconstitutional.
Whatever
They say it's not in the
PDP
constitution.
can go to court.
PDP is saying it's not in the constitution. So go to court in 5 days.
what has happened in Kogi? What INEC is doing is a doctrine of necessity of sorts. Because none of our laws foresaw a case where somebody will be in the presence of an election die.
Yes.
So really, there is nothing to do. INEC says, okay, the logical thing to do is get another person to step into his shoes. Whatever APC goes to do is an internal issue.
Yes.
We are not aware. What we will know is that they have brought up another candidate. Now, the reason why the likes of Aleke may not emerge to take the party ticket is because of the delicate ethnopolitical balance in Kogi State. I think he's covered the Oku speaking parts. While Wada and Audu neck to neck. Yes, and if you know the way the galas pull, who are thinking of someone like Yahya Bello, who is really not a gala but quite popular, even more popular than Audu himself, I think, who came second in the APC primaries, but he came second and took the party to court. That's, in
that's another issue.
In our terrain.
If you had known.
in our terrain, that is anti-party activity.
Yes,
really.
so totally anti-party.
So these are the issues. I think they will just look for a compromise candidate, whether from Abuja or from within the party.
But there was an argument that people are voting for the party, that even with or without a candidate, first and foremost, maybe they should go ahead with the supplementary elections. Is it a must that they must have that candidate before that December 5th? Because I'm just saying, do you think they have to get that candidate before 5th? Or they're saying, you know what, you're voting for the party, let's even go to the polls without
knowing who you put there. So you can just put anybody there.
Mr. President refused repeatedly to be associated with Abubakar Odu. But the party knew that On the
It was
ground,
the person
it was
or-
Awudu that they needed to defeat the incumbent. They took Awudu and it was defeating the incumbent. So they always know that,
Can
look,
I ask you this
it
question?
takes a person.
Why did the president
Okay.
disassociate?
Well, that's for
Okay,
Femi Adesina and Co to answer.
Okay, let's move on very quickly to this day. In major economic stimulus, CBN cuts benchmark rate to 11%. We talked about that. Buhari, Treasury looters discreetly returning stolen funds. Kogi poll, we talked about that already. APC to meet today on modalities for picking candidates. Army quietly buries dead soldiers in Maiduguri.
And
All
you
right.
take it quietly,
I said it very quietly.
in hushed tones.
Buhari says that the looters are discreetly returning their money. That's
It's a good development.
But he said that eventually they will mention their names. But for
prosecute
now,
them.
yeah, eventually.
There is, according to the report, they said they are returning part of the stolen funds, and that they will still go through the legal process to get the entire funds from them.
How many corrupt people do we have? How many lawyers do we have? How many judges do we have? What's the process? If they will return the money, what we need is money to fuel this
They will
economy.
return part, or they should return.
No, they should. What I read was that he said they must return everything.
That
They must
they will
recover
go through
all.
legal process to get everything.
Serious.
Please, I need a question. I have a
I-
question. Sorry. As they're returning the money, are they going to catch them?
That's
Because-
exactly my
I want to
issue.
know because, or are they returning it secretly with?
No, he said
Dummy
eventually
accounts.
they'll still be.
There's something they did in Brazil, I think. They simply returned the monies, like we did with the Abacha family, too, because of the international dimension to it. But I don't know anywhere in our laws where it is said that if you steal, you can simply just return the money and go scot-free. I don't know. I would like for the days to come, I mean, the government still has a lot of time. If the president feels that because of the sheer quantum of what has been lost, what we intend to do is to pass a law and say, okay, whoever stole any amount of money, return it, you go scot-free. I don't know. But until that is done, I don't want to rush too much into this story because I feel a lot more is still going to unfold in the days to come.
All right, that's all we can take on front page. We can't take Guardian right now. We're running out of time. When we come back, look, today is actually HID's burial, so today's the final day. So she's going to be buried in Ikene. So farewell to
She will
Mama
finally
Awolowo.
be laid to rest.
Finally be ready to rest. Yeah. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the federal government to begin campaign against African time syndrome. Stay with us. We'll be right back.